Let's see what is behind door number 11.
No surprise, but surely still fulfilling to watch where the reveal of Emily's true identity to the main characters. I enjoyed every one of them and still think they were good placed in the whole plot of the show. The first one with Nolan had to be in the pilot because their close friendship was vital for the show.
Welcome home, Amanda. I nearly didn't recognize you today, but that's the whole point, isn't it?
And since he knew teenage Amanda, it would have been unrealistic if he did not recognize her. I like that it is some kind of subtle here that at first he does not give a damn because she is just another guest of a Grayson party and part of the Hampton Society, which he obviously despises as much as Emily.
No one wants this imperious cadre of toxic bonies to eat it more than yours truly.
And I like the trope they introduce her with her infinity tattoo being the one thing that makes her recognizable. I think in the original story of Dumas, Edmond Dantes had also a feature only his former fiancée Mercedes knew about and recognized him because of it. Which brings us to three other persons who doubt Formander's identity early on. First, Victoria, who was an obvious choice since she knew Amanda. 2.
There's no way that girl is David Clarke's daughter.
So did you know Amanda was in town?
If she's indeed David's daughter, I want to look her straight in the eye before I consult it with you. So far, I'm not impressed. All I can see is a pretty girl with cheap shoes and limited social graces.
Even though she met teenager Amanda again, she could not know how Amanda looked like. 'Cause she saw her the last time when she was 8. So Emily had not to choose someone who looked like her, and Margarita Lavieva looks enough like Emily Van Camp's sister even though she is a very different woman. But it was interesting that Victoria was the first one to investigate Emily and Formander, not making the connection Frank did so fast.
I want to hear the truth. Your name's not really Amanda Clarke, is it? It's Emily Thorne. The girl passing herself off as Emily Thorne needed a new identity. And who better than her orphan cellmate straight out of juvie? I'm sure she gave you what seemed like a lot of money at the time, but money runs out and then you end up in a place like this.
Emily is lucky that she did not know about the infinity sign. Maybe she was not that much interested in that little girl, or Amanda tried to hide it from her father's girlfriend. Since this was something special between the two of them. Anyway, I like the suspicion here and that they make it clear from the start in which danger Emily is. So she has not other way than to use Formander to lure all suspicion to her. For me, until Formander died in season 2, it was always a riddle why not anyone saw the connection Frank dug up in 5 days. Anyway, the third person was of course her foster brother. He knew about the infinity symbol and what it meant to Amanda.
Why do you always draw the same thing?
So I never forget what my father did.
Killed all those people?
He lied to me.
Easy, Amanda. It's a nice tattoo. Looking pretty good for a dead girl.
Even though this was a wild guess, I like that he, like Formander and Nolan, was someone Emily could trust with her secret. Since he was introduced as this shady con artist, it could have gone wrong multiple ways. But he was loyal to his sister, and of course Emily took the same reassurance policy like with Emily Thorne, money. Now to the two first persons who get to know from Amanda herself that she is David Clarke's daughter, Mason and Jack. These two plot twists were something of the few things I actually enjoyed in season 2. Mason going after Emily, almost discovering her biggest secret, and Jack finally getting to know the truth not only about Emily but about his wife, too. First to Mason. I like that he is the best and worst journalist in this show. The worst because he sold his reputation to the Graysons and supported their lies about David Clarke. And of course because in all of his research on Emily and Amanda, he overlooked the most crucial and juicy detail.
So I was right. You really are the brains in this Machiavellian scheme.
You were this close, Mason. But you missed the one thing that's been right under your nose the whole time. She's not Amanda Clarke.
You are.
And the best because he is one of the few people who was suspicious about Emily's and Amanda's connection.
A quick raid of my research confirmed that you had a terrible scar from a burn you had suffered in a foster care fire. One that I couldn't help but notice is now missing.
I had it removed.
Did you? From what part of your body? You may be many things to many people, but the daughter of Kara Wallace and David Clarke, that is one thing that you most definitely are not.
Emily tried to distract him with the burn scars he dug up, but it was intriguing that he did not stop until he found out everything about the two juvie girls. Funny that he told us the one thing many of the fandom wished to see till the end, Emily and Amanda having a love affair and working together to take down the Graysons and all their conspirators.
Take the antime nature of your friendship with Amanda Clarke, for example. You are on antipodal ends of the social strata, after all. You know, it's amazing what you can find when you know what you're looking for.
An Ellenwood photo.
And yet you pretend to have only met Amanda Clarke last year, which leads me to conclude that your paramour and your former cellmate are one and the same.
You think that Amanda and I were lovers?
How else to explain your living in her childhood home, bankrolling her exorbitant crusade? America will devour this salacious tale of the felonious sapphic blondes and their vendetta against one of the wealthiest families on the planet.
He already knew that either Emily or Amanda burned down his house. So it was not far-fetched that they were in the Hamptons to take revenge. Yet it was good that Emily was the one who told him. Cause unlike her little game with Nolan, it is far more entertaining to puzzle over why and when she tells another character the truth. And I like both layers here. Emily manipulating him in becoming her ally and feeling true deception about his betrayal all those years ago.
You had the power to change my future. And my father's.
And words can't express my regrets.
No words, Mason, are exactly the weapon that you chose. Everything that I have become, and everything that I've given up is because of what they did to my father, and what you failed to do for him.
In this scene, she almost seems like the little girl Nolan paints her to be in season 3.
Because we see the broken and betrayed little girl inside.
But the most satisfying reveal was of course telling Jack the truth. Still the worst cliffhanger, but perfectly executed with those flashbacks to happy childhood memories. Which I assume both have in mind in this moment. As much as I hated the aftermath of this in season 3, the moment itself was perfect and probably the best cliffhanger of the whole show besides Victoria's death, of course.
Emily, go away. This has nothing to do with you.
It has everything to do with me. Don't throw your life away because of the choices that I've made.
What choices? What are you talking about?
Jack, look at me. Deep down inside, you've always known the truth. I'm Amanda Clarke.
The next two big reveals were thrilling as well because of the consequences. Cause Victoria knowing her true identity makes Emily target number 1. I like that they left Conrad totally in the blue about this. Cause Emily could have revealed himself to him drunk from her victory. But she is too clever and cautious to make this mistake.
You did this?
Yes. In memory of David and Amanda Clarke.
Instead, she anticipates that she has not much time left before Victoria gets to know her biggest secret. And I like how nonchalant and rational they make this reveal.
If she were, her son would share DNA with Charlotte.
What makes you think Emily is gonna follow the lead?
Because what else would a doting daughter do?
Like in season 1, Victoria searching proof for Charlotte's sister. Making us aware again that she knew all along Charlotte was not Conrad's daughter and Amanda's sister all along. Which brings us to Charlotte. The problem with this reveal was that it came too late.
I'm your sister, Charlotte. I'm Amanda.
I think we all waited for this since we got to know Charlotte was her sister in the first season.
The fact that Charlotte might be your sister makes absolutely no difference to you.
Half-sister and... No, it doesn't.
And in season 3 with Emily and Jack talking about it all the time, I really thought it would happen soon.
You're the source of most of her pain unless you're here to give me permission to tell her the truth.
I can't do that, Jack.
So the way they showed us the consequences of this reveal was very poor. I understand Charlotte's rage and she has every right to tell Emily how wrong she is. Yet this takes just too much time from the more intriguing plot with Amanda, Victoria, and David. And I still hate that the writers choose to make Charlotte somehow that important for Emily while she did not give a damn about her in all the seasons before. What changed? I mean, Charlotte committed suicide before and took drugs. She already was on her way to self-destruction from season 1 on. She had a miscarriage and lost her one true love in season 2. So why did Emily not care then? Even worse, why distract us with this when Victoria and David are the ones who have more intriguing reactions and things to say about Emily's true identity?
You spent 3 years fighting for a family that was right in front, and instead of embracing me, you used me and lied to me. You chose revenge over me.
I didn't think I had the choice.
Well, you did. And you can't take it back.
Those little reveals in Season 4 cannot stand beside the one we have been wearing for all along. First Ben Hunter and Margot, which was shown so by the way that I almost forgot about it.
I have to start at the beginning with a damaged little girl named Amanda Clarke, also known as Emily Thorne.
Like Daniel, who had to hear it from his and Emily's sister Charlotte. Sure, this brought in some comic relief with his remarks here.
I don't have time for this.
I think you do. Push that! I tell everyone your little secret. And I'm guessing you don't want that. Do you, Amanda?
So who told you?
Your little sister. Who's also my little sister, which makes this whole thing a little weird.
I don't have to explain anything to you.
I'm not asking you to. Good, because a little birdie named Charlotte Clarke had quite a bit to say before leaving town. Hey, let's just start with the bombshell that Emily is her sister. A fact that everyone seemed to know except for her dear old dad and me.
But this was also so fast, as if they wanted to get all characters out of the way until we get to the big reveal with her father. The expectations were naturally high, and I think neither Emily Van Camp nor James Tupper deceived us here. Again, the tattoo gives away too much. I still love to hate this scene with Victoria intervening and David being just overwhelmed that his daughter is still alive. While Emily is just pissed off and fires all these questions in her understandable rage. Truly the best reveal and scene for Emily Van Camp.
You were right there.
What are you talking about?
If you had come for her, I would have known. I would have known! You could have come for me, but you didn't. You taught me to be strong and brave, but you're a coward. You could have come for me! Go!
Amanda, it's you.
Finally, her big televised reveal was again just a cheap twist like so many in Revenge. Since every big character knows about Emily, including her ex-husband, boyfriend, and arch-enemies. So this last reveal was just lame and unnecessary. I mean, who cares if she lives under her true name or a false identity? She cannot have children. Jack already married Amanda, and this could also be her artist name. So for me, this was just dragging out the last little drop of this storyline.
I am David Clarke's daughter. I am Amanda Clarke.